Hey guys, this video covers what we did in class today on Thursday, October 7th. We spent today studying for the test that we have coming up tomorrow. And this video is going to mainly go over the study guide, which you can see here. The link is in the makeup work folder. But the other things that we did during class today were to go over the recent freckle questions and the multiple choice study guide that was posted in Schoology. So if you have questions about either of those assignments from this week, I encourage you to send me an email. You can also sign on to Zoom any weekday at noon to ask questions. I'm doing office hours or kind of like a little class recap from 12 to 12:30. So let's go ahead and kind of talk through these questions. I'm going to get you started on each question just in case you need any hints. What I would recommend doing is trying questions 1, 2, and 3 before you watch the video, because then you'll know how much you know and kind of what you need to study, and you can watch me go over each of the questions. So question 1 says, here's a polygon. Draw a copy of the polygon using a scale factor of 1/2. We know that that phrase scale factor means the number that we multiply both sides by to produce a scale copy. That's what scale factor means. Scale factor, that's an important vocab word there. So that means that we're going to be looking at creating Q, the drawing Q, by multiplying each of the side lengths times 1/2. I'm going to zoom in. This button right here will allow me to zoom in so I can see Q more clearly. And I'm going to start by labeling all of the side lengths. If you wanted to pause your video and do this as well, that would be definitely helpful. If I have all the side lengths labeled, it's going to be easier for me to figure out how they change with that scale factor of 1/2. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my scale factor is 1/2, which means I'm multiplying all of my side lengths times 1/2. And I'm going to color code this for clarity. We have our first side that's 2 units long. And remember that we are multiplying each of those side lengths by 1/2. So I'm going to do a little bit of work on the side over here. 2 times 1/2. And I know that 2 times 1/2 is just equal to 1. We'll color code that because this is the orange side. So if 2 times 1/2 is equal to 1, I know that my orange side on my scale copy needs to be 1 unit long. And I'm going to continue to do the same thing for each of the sides. So for example, this was my orange side. Let's call this 3 unit long side. We'll make her green. And again, we know that we're multiplying our side length, in this case 3 times 1/2. 3 times 1/2 is 1.5, or you could write it as 3/2, or you could write it as 1.5. Any way works. I'm going to write it as 1.5. Notice that that's 1.5, not 11/2. And I'm going to keep using my color coding because it just helps me keep track of what's going on. And I know I need to draw a side length that's about 1.5 units long. Now, something like 1.5 is not going to be perfect because you are not going to be able to get like exactly half a unit. And whoops, that's actually not 3, right? That's 1.5. But you can tell by the way that I've started to draw my scale copies that I am multiplying every side length times 1/2. So I multiplied 3 times 1/2 and I got 1.5. I multiplied 2 times 1/2 and I got 1. You don't need to draw the arrows. I'm kind of just showing you the process. You need to do the rest of the side lengths. So you need to do this side, this side, this side, this side, and this side. And then you'll have a scale copy of the shape. Now at the bottom of each short response question, you'll notice a rubric, and this rubric is how I'm going to be grading you on the test. A 4 out of 4 is if the response is correct and you show your work. A 3 out of 4 is if you're mostly correct and you might have some small errors, but you're still showing your work. 2 out of 4 is kind of correct, you showed some work. And a 1 out of 4 is if you're mostly incomplete, but maybe you gave the question a try. Notice the importance of showing your work. Come back for part 2, and in part 2 of this video, I'll go over questions